As a believer, I know the Lord, the source of life, is the one who speaks directly to our hearts today. This exact moment is no accident. God wove this moment with deep intention, just for you to understand. The Lord watches those quiet struggles weighing down your heavy soul, hurting the people you love and stealing your peace, clouding your path. His divine presence has guided you to this very point, my friend. A final judgment has just been made on your behalf. A ruling straight from the highest authority, and it's completely in your favor. God hasn't ignored your pain. Every whispered prayer in your darkest rooms reached the Father's ears. He isn't just watching from above. God is actively fighting for your breakthrough. The enemy tried so hard to silence your inner voice and crush your spirit. But the Lord declares this ends today. Right now, His truth reaches the deep core of your existence. You and I might both be wondering right now, why this exact moment? Why me? Trust God on this. His timing is perfect, and this specific season of breakthrough is entirely dedicated to you. You didn't stumble across this message today by mere chance. God intended this for you. The spiritual realm all around you is now opening up. His Holy Spirit flows down like a wellspring of life. I believe this marks a massive turning point in your faith walk. You faced these hard fires completely alone, carrying secrets only God knows. Those long nights tossing and turning, days heavy with fear. Carrying grief way too massive to hold by yourself. Maybe you wondered if God still listened to your prayers, if He stayed close, if He cared. But right now, at this exact crossroads, the Lord speaks clearly. He never once left your side. He has always stayed near. A holy truth is waking up inside as His sacred reality reveals itself. Whatever blocked your path before is now being torn down. Your situation has been laid out before the throne of ultimate justice. And God, who understands absolutely everything, now stands up to fight for you. You've cried hard tears. You've waited so patiently. You've held on quietly. But heaven's silence over your life is officially ending right now. His voice echoes down to comfort you, declaring a definitive promise of freedom, justice, and total restoration. When God speaks, everything shifts immediately. Let's not push His truth away today. Let's not question it. Let His presence wrap around you. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Let God's truth sink deep down into your soul today. This is way more than words. It's a divine connection straight from Him. The Lord is leading you away from fear. He is calling you from my spiritual emptiness. The Lord welcomes me into His protective embrace. True possibility endures. My faith persists. But this moment of choice is here today, and I know it won't last forever. I feel called to answer this divine invitation. He whispers to me, His cherished child, to speak audibly or in my heart. Source of life, I clearly hear your voice. I receive His message. I accept His invitation. I belong to Him. As I do this, the very air around me begins to shift. Whatever is restricting my spirit will release its heavy grip. Every barrier in my path dissolves. Because when I harmonize with His voice, I begin an eternal journey. I accept the reality of the ultimate pronouncement from His realm. What does it mean when He declares my situation resolved? It means my spiritual warfare has ceased. The accusations against me are finally quieted. The heavy weight I carried reached its designated end. But beneath His comforting words lies a deeper reality, a biblical truth I seldom grasped. And today, I want to share His perspective with you. In the unseen spiritual realms where perfect justice dwells, He observes every single detail of my existence. My personal hardships, my tears, my quiet demonstrations of deep trust. Honestly, everything I thought went unnoticed. And during those dark times, the enemy kept a record against me. The opposing dark presence brought endless complaints. The shadows truly tried to hold me captive. But God, the Almighty, examined every single detail. Then he handed down a final, conclusive judgment. My circumstance is completely resolved, not because I am flawless, not because I achieved this victory through my own frail efforts. It's all because of his limitless compassion, because of the grace established for me, because his unfailing love for my soul is absolute, and he chose to step in directly. This isn't just an abstract religious concept. It is my living reality, the heavy ties that bound me, of blame, of feeling mistaken, utterly unworthy, and full of constant apprehension. He severed them all. The paths forward, once blocked, are now entirely visible. Those who opposed my Christian walk with arrogance were repelled by his unwavering will. I asked him, why at this specific time? He showed me I've reached a critical point of liberation. Because a profound, significant change occurred right within my spirit. Because heaven itself witnessed the heavy load I carried, and God proclaimed, enough. He declared his precious child won't bear this burden any longer. You and I both know that's spiritual. I know that heavy weight pressing on me lately. That endless cycle of distress, fear, false accusations, and deep sorrow. But today, through his word, the ledger of charges against me is totally cleared. His heavenly chronicle displays one holy word: released. Let's understand this truth together. God's intervention in our lives was not just to end our struggles. He moved to begin our ascent. And from this exact point, we must move forward with real confidence. Since his teachings echo in my soul, I boldly declare this reality. My faithful declaration holds real power. Speaking his word aligns me with the holy verdict issued in God's realm. I draw a spiritual boundary and announce to the enemy powers, you hold absolutely no influence over me anymore. The Lord Almighty has firmly ruled in my favor. I trust his teachings. This is no temporary event. It is a deep, truly lasting transformation. I proclaim it, confirm it, and watch what God manifests. God acknowledged me in the unseen spiritual dimension, and his divine decision has already been delivered. Within that heavenly sphere hidden from my everyday human awareness rests a place of holy certainty, far more steadfast than any earthly experience. A sacred realm where the opposing enemy levels harsh criticisms against God's cherished children, and where the Lord, the divine creator who shaped me, reigns with absolute dominion. Whenever my inner murmurs of doubt and condemnation grow too overwhelming, when I feel judged or blamed, I remember his promise. God remains firmly at my side. He sees my complete story, not just my daily missteps or struggles, but my entire journey. He doesn't require any discussion about my circumstances or need to seek understanding. The solid foundation of my worth was already established by him. When accusations emerge, whether from outside critics or from my own anxious internal thoughts, the Lord simply declares the absolute truth. I am accepted. I hold true importance. I am forever treasured beyond measure. This grace isn't based on my daily deeds or worldly achievements, but upon something profound and everlasting, the Lord embedded deep within my soul. When you and I truly grasp this, every critical voice simply fades away. Harsh condemnations lose their power. That heavy, sinking feeling of shame goes completely still. Because God affirmed my immense value untold ages ago. I realize I never need to exhaust myself to somehow earn his support or prove my own worthiness. His boundless aid remains a constant reality. No matter how we feel today. Every day I remember I am cherished. His steadfast purpose for me never wavers. He never sees me as truly lost, or without a clear path back to his care. The safety he provides never depends on my perfect actions or choices. It is already mine, a beautiful gift freely given. My Savior has completely settled the price. For my acceptance, my inner peace, and my secure resting place beside him. Let's let this assurance bring us peace when our burdens feel heavy or our thoughts turn harsh. We must remember he stands as our tireless protector, always speaking on our behalf with absolute authority and endless love. I understand this deep reality. My path wasn't forged by my own strength, nor defined by what I have lived through before. God's holy declaration over my life has already been spoken, made totally pure, refreshed, set free, and fully confirmed for my benefit. The voice of my spiritual challenger has been quieted. Every charge against me has been set aside, and his righteous decision remains firm. He says his beloved one will persist. I am going to thrive. I belong to him. I might still sense painful echoes of the past difficulties, but I pay careful attention to what he tells me. The struggle has already ended in his sight. Let's take hold of this truth together. The defining moment happened long ago when he spoke life into our being. What we currently experience is merely an echo of the past, not the definitive reality of our being. And what did the Lord announce? That this wasn't the conclusion. He is ushering in a beautiful new beginning. He regards me not with condemnation, but with his profound divine approval. I am not declared at fault. I am completely enveloped in his goodness and set upon a journey toward wholeness, which absolutely no dark force can disturb. His steadfast purpose for my own future is much more than simply good. It is established forever. Should crippling fear or heavy doubt rise within me, if blind uncertainty whispers in my heart, if his opponent tries bringing my past to mind, I will declare this truth aloud. My position is upheld by the highest authority, and the Lord has announced my victory. Our spoken prayers carry weight. Don't let this sacred moment pass in silence. Every faithful statement we make with belief creates very real outcomes in the unseen spiritual dimension. God's final word has already been completely uttered, and our glorious victory is already taking shape. The enemy attempted to lay harsh accusations against me, but he was entirely overcome. In the unseen world, there was a particular moment when the devil once stood against me. He laid out every single mistake I made, every wrong turn, every hidden weakness, and every painful hurt I endured. He uttered vicious lies, presenting them as absolute certainties. He appeared before God, asserting that my future truly lacked worth, attempting to withhold the blessings God purposed for me and to nullify mine. The Lord warns us the enemy uses this against anyone who seeks God's holy presence. He just waits patiently. The devil watches. He gathers his information. And when he thinks the moment is exactly right, he steps up as the accuser of God's precious children, convinced our human shortcomings are greater than the Lord's tender care for us all. He tries to plant feelings of worthlessness deep inside our hearts. He wants to steal exactly what God has promised us. This believer has zero worth, he declares. This broken person should be turned away. But right in that exact moment, everything completely shifts. God's true nature becomes evident. The Lord doesn't argue or seek anyone's earthly validation. He simply affirms his ultimate, divine power, and instantly every spiritual charge against us disappears and is silenced. The devil is left with absolutely nothing to say. The complete price for our eternal liberty has been fully paid. Do you and I really grasp this beautiful truth? The enemy is made totally helpless, overcome, and completely defeated. This is exactly what happens to our challenger when he makes his hollow claims. His entire case falls apart. His lies are swallowed up by God's deep kindness. His cruel accusations are wiped away by the Lord's presence. From this moment forward, the enemy cannot damage what God has made safe. He cannot block what the Lord has moved forward. The devil cannot utter a single word against what God has personally consecrated. The primary strategy of our opponent is not just to destroy us, but to mislead. He tries persuading us we are still held by judgment or that we are somehow incomplete. But honestly, God's decree about us, issued from his heavenly throne, stands absolute, and the adversary's dark grasp on our lives has finally ended. This is the time we stand strong in our faith, my friends, to speak boldly and live as people made right by God's favor, kept totally secure by his power. We must declare this truth. Our spiritual challenger is defeated. We are upheld by the highest power. We move forward in victory. If this biblical truth resonates deeply within us, if these teachings confirm what our own spirits already knew, then we shouldn't just remain still. Let's demonstrate our belief. Let our everyday actions show our firm trust and grateful spirit. When we speak this certainty aloud, we are not just repeating empty phrases. We are linking ourselves to the very essence of the holy victory God has made sure of for our lives. Allow it to be our daily expression of gratitude, our clear sign of deep trust in him. I declare my past struggles are gone, and his favor is flourishing. I obey not out of duty, but from a deep inner harmony. You and I know that whatever we truly value creates room to welcome him. This is sacred territory. This season is entirely marked by his holy presence. I recognize and declare his truth. My enemy is defeated. The Lord's victory is firm. The path from his throne is open. He draws close to ensure my welfare. A moment arrives for every single devoted heart, when our bond with him becomes incredibly, tangibly real. Not merely an idea, but a lived truth that lasts forever. And when that happens, every part of my existence completely changes. He calls me beloved, speaking with such profound, deep love. The way to his closeness is open to me this very minute. I won't hold back now. This is so much more than just another trial. This is God's direct presence in what I am facing right now. He hasn't just sent good outcomes. He himself has drawn close. Some situations hold such deep, holy importance that the Lord personally steps in for me. And when he does that, nothing ever stays the same. God himself declared this promise. This is exactly what is unfolding for me. Maybe you've seen similar signs in your life. I have felt inner stirrings. I've witnessed events that simply seemed too precise to be random. Yet in this exact instant, he himself is starting the next stage. My Lord isn't distant or passive. He is right here with me. He entered the hard places of my existence, the exact situation where I faced heavy resistance. That severe trial meant to overwhelm my spirit. When he arrives, he takes charge. He doesn't ask for permission. He never bargains or compromises with dark forces. He doesn't consult with anyone who stands directly against me. This is exactly what the Lord is doing right now. From his timeless throne, he is currently clearing every single barrier in my path. He is making the troubles I face lose their terrible grip. The crushing weight of worry, lack, sickness, deep sorrow, and inner pain, they are all letting go right now. We can feel this isn't just emotion. It's his total transformation of my entire life. He removed what stood against me, calling me his child. The resistance that blocked my spiritual growth, he has brought to a permanent end. The quiet lies whispering about my unworthiness, he has fully silenced them. He enters the daily details of my routine, healing my physical well-being entirely. The Lord stands with those I love, inside the calling I carry, and guiding every step of my path ahead. The connection to His heavenly dwelling place is completely open to me. My way forward is clear and unobstructed. My God, mighty in every single circumstance, is actively moving in my life. He has risen up, and He is working everything for my highest good. As His message reaches us right now, you and I must grasp this deeply. A massive spiritual transformation is taking place in the unseen world around us. Even if I don't feel it in my physical body yet, or see it with my own eyes, my spirit absolutely knows it. It's waking up with fresh vitality. As His child, I listen carefully to what He tells me next. The Lord desires for me to embrace a truly profound, divine understanding. I'm letting this awareness settle deep into my soul. I must be honest with myself, preparing my inner heart as He reveals the source of the clear insight that brought me to this very point. It was the holy wisdom He placed within my heart. It was a quiet, highly discerning way of seeing. Recent struggles have awakened a recognition within my spirit that felt entirely timeless. It wasn't like discovering something completely brand new, but rather like remembering a deeper truth I already possessed. I was perceiving my situation with an intrinsic knowing. This kind of spiritual insight cannot be taught. It resides deep within me. It's an essential part of my very essence, woven into the fabric of everyone who carries God's light. I didn't get completely lost in emotion. My daily observations were precise. I allowed His understanding to unfold without rushing. I wasn't confused at all. I was simply gathering knowledge. I certainly wasn't blind to what was actually happening. I was giving people the space to show their true colors. I repeatedly offered them the quiet opportunity to reveal their true character with a steady grace. God reminds me I wasn't hunting for their apologies. My spirit was simply patient, allowing the full truth of these matters to emerge clearly. Even when their harsh actions crossed a clear boundary, my inner self remained peaceful. I just continued to watch the situation unfold with quiet resolve. That kind of deep inner calm and clear comprehension is truly rare. Let's declare our Amen together if we are ready. God's verdict is settled. I'm dropping the heavy iron chains I've been carrying around. Those heavy links of shame and exhaustion belong to my past, and they crumble under the immense weight of His holy word. I'm no longer a prisoner waiting around for a trial. I am standing firmly on the high ground of a battle that's already over. My feet are completely free to move. I follow the Lord daily. Today, He's shifting my life's orbit. The gravity of my old mistakes no longer holds the mass to pull me backward. He has placed me in a fire that removes the spiritual waste, leaving only the pure gold of my true character. This divine heat isn't meant to destroy me. It's designed to harden my resolve for the work ahead. Let's look at the horizon together. Every single light I see up there is a specific promise God is bringing to life. To seal this, the Lord calls me to plant my faith banner right in the field. I'm releasing a gift into His kingdom today. This faithful act anchors my provision in God's eternal kingdom, rather than in shifting earthly soil. By fueling His lighthouse of truth, I send a clear signal that I've crossed into entirely new territory. I'm finally turning the heavy wheel of my daily focus toward His eternal purpose. As I step forward, God is placing a heavy mantle of divine favor on my shoulders. This holy garment proves my daily partnership with Him. It carries profound weight and offers protection. I will finally see the seasons of my life align perfectly with His divine timing. The path that was once hidden is now clear. I walk with my head up, God is unsheathing the sword of truth to clear every remaining obstacle from my journey. His victory is absolutely firm. His righteous judgment is final. I am His, and my way is prepared. This isn't an accident. You and I know God brought me to this exact instant. This is my chosen moment. I must attend to His voice now for a truth He must unveil.